What's up, YouTube? Y'all know I'm back, man. I took a break. I apologize for all my supporters, y'all know, but I had to take a break, get myself together, get my mind right, understand where my head at, and just rejuvenate myself and replenish myself. I'm in a better mindset now. I'm in a better space mentally. I feel much better than I did before. Still going through the test of time and everyday life, as we all do, but I feel like I'm back ready to get y'all some more content, some better aspects of my way of living and my thinking, and my true depths of reality and what I'm here to bring to the table and projecting to the society as we know today. But what I'm here to say today is, when God says move, we must move. We all want to act off of the flesh and what we think may be best for us at the time, but sometimes we got to act off what God knows what's best for us, and the way we do that is by trusting our intuition. So we must move, we must listen, we must be definitely precise in what we do at all times. I'm not saying just get up and do anything and everything, but don't let the fear of the outcome that you may not be able to see, or the fear of not knowing what's on the other side, stop you from being proactive and being active in your life and getting up and making things happen. If you know you got a calling or destiny, make it happen and get it done, and just God will guide you. He'll align things in the universe as it should be. But a lot of us think that we can just pray our way out of situations or pray our way into situations, should I say, and that's just not the case, unfortunately. Of course, God does want us to come to Him. He wants us to call on Him and seek for answers and help and the truth. But He is the way and the light. But He wants to see us put the work in. So when He calls you to, when you hear a small voice, when you hear something that you might question, or if it feels like you kind of on the fence about it, pray about it. Ask God, is this what I should do, God? Should I move to this city? Should I start this business? Should I invest my last money into this business plan? Should I purchase this car? Is this a relationship for me? Do these people need to be around me? Did you really call me to act on this? And once you get a response, if you feel in your intuition, if it's a yes, move on it, act on it. If it's a no, be still, get away from certain people. Don't do it. But in my opinion, like I said, when it comes to your dreams and your reality and what you want life to be and what you believe it should be, especially when it's something positive, your true depths, your purpose, act on it. Don't be afraid. We all are going to take chances, and the right chances. We also take the right chances at life, and losses come with that. But don't let your losses turn into something that'll tear you down, where you feel like you're defeated. It's every loss is not a loss. It's not an L. It's a lesson. So turn those losses to lessons and understand what is it I can take from this, and how can I reiterate that that failure or the structure or the downfall of what I perceive it to be a failure, what we taught in reality in society, and to reshape myself and rejuvenate myself and go back to God and understand, I'm at the drawing board now, God, I'm giving it all to you. What did I go wrong in the beginning? But at the same time, I'm trusting you. Redirect me, reshape my path. I've been called to do certain things here, and that's what I'm doing. Look at me. I started, and this is one of my journeys of life, should I say, but, I gave up everything, all of my money I had for content creating. Of course, I'm not even as active as I should be on it. That's something I do for myself, for I have time, but, I do have a life as well. Things outside of content, dealing with family issues, people that I have to take care of and help out, and I do have a personal life as well, just mental things going on. So sometimes we got to step back from the camera and really get ourselves together outside of this. But God told me to move and act on it. He told me to to get the LLC. He told me to cut people off. He just told me to do a lot of things, and I did it. He gave me the intuitive aspects of when I didn't even know what my purpose was, and he opened up doors for me since then, and he still is. And I'm nowhere near yet to be on my journey. I'm nowhere near done, should I say. So many different intuitive aspects you can learn, and you can get to understand yourself much better if you just act on your, not your flesh, but your spirit. That'll take you much further than life, should I say. So you must understand how to act on God's timing. Everything is on His timing. Many times we get stuck on life and we wonder, okay, God, I did what you told me to do. I moved when you told me to move. I went to this place. I moved to this city. I started the business. It's not generating any revenue. I'm not getting any funds right now. It's not really opening up. I'm not really seeing the profit of what I put into it. You know, I thought this is what you wanted me to do, or whatever it may be. Everybody's purpose is different, so it may not be business related to everyone. So don't get it confused with that. But you know, we gotta understand it's a process with everything. You know, your purpose is not their purpose, as I mentioned before. Your journey is not their journey. So, you know, that's when the comparison to come in once you think like that, and that's the devil really trying to get you to stop, and he's trying to get you to go back to, you know, either what you was doing before that, or either try to get you to, you know, go into a way of living that's really not for you. And I'll also question God when you're doing it. You know, it's okay to ask God the questions that could provide the truth to you, but you don't want to question God and doubt. You know, that's in the way of doubt. That's when you backing away from him, and that's what eventually you'll lead yourself to do when you do that, because you know you don't want to doubt yourself or God, because God does the inevitable and unthinkable. He's incomparable, and that's something we must understand. You know, so yeah, this is just a quick message today, man. But you know, I just want to tell everybody, if you got any goals, I support you. I hope you support yourself, and you got people around you that you can confide in, and you know, that's on your journey that can support you as well. I'm here to tell you, unfortunately, everyone can't go with you. I'm sure you may know that. If some of you don't know that, you know, you might have to cut family members off, friends, parents, you know, loved ones, whatever. Everybody won't see your assignment as you may see it. You know, some people may give you, you know, it's a difference between, I would say, criticism and hate, constructive criticism at that. You know, a lot of people will tell you to go left when you should be going right, and they'll just want to see you fail because it's not them. So, you know, you got to understand the difference between the manipulative aspects of what people do and say, especially when you're on a higher purpose in life and you see these people that are, you know, really not, you know, I wouldn't say you're better than them. You would never want to do that. And I got a video coming up on that as well, because you want to operate out of humility and love and honor at all times, but you know, you just can't take everybody with you, and you got to understand that. So when you operate out of higher purpose, God will disassociate you from a lot of people, and you know, he'll get you around, he'll seclude you and get you in the comfort zone where you'll just confide in yourself and him. Of course, you'll have to only call on him, or he'll align you with certain people in certain aspects of life where, you know, you guys are like-minded. So get you a like-minded circle, get peers and people that's for you and not against you. Understand how to use your discernment in every situation. Pray on things before you act. But when you are called by God, when he says move and do it, do it. You know, don't look at it as a risk or something that may be questionable. You know, we all, of course, we humans by nature, so we do have questions, and sometimes things will be like, okay, this is my last money, God, are you sure? I don't even got the money. I got to go to the bank to get a loan, and this, I don't even got the money to pay back the loan. So you sure I should do this? And you know, that's something that, of course, it'll naturally happen. But when it's God's doing it and not a man, you know, you 9 times out of 10, you know, it's going to be a righteous thing. 10 times out of 10, it's just about how you act on the, you know, the creativity, the productivity. If you, as long as you're productive and staying in the righteous aspect with it and really acting on what he calls you to do, then you can't lose. So, you know, that's my message for the day. That's one of my messages for the day, and I'm coming back at y'all with more content. I'm still in this realm. I'm still in this realm, getting better at it. You know, I'm learning myself each and every day. I'm just trying to be progressive, protect my energy. I'm just doing the best I can to be me and to be the best version of me, should I say. Getting closer with God. So yeah, I encourage you all to do the same. You know, so y'all, if y'all have been wondering why I ain't been on the camera, I just been behind the scenes, off the scenes, should I say, and just, you know, studying myself more, getting closer. Like I said, I've been dealing with things, you know, a lot of personal issues, but I've been, I'm okay, I'm fine. You know, I woke up today, so I can't complain. You know, every day that I wake up is a new opportunity to be better and understand my way of living and what my purpose is, and go after that, you know. So, and I encourage you all to do the same. So I pray for everyone. I love everybody. Appreciate all the support. Y'all make sure y'all give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, share, comment. Give me some of y'all insight on what y'all think about this, and let me know if y'all got any recommendations on what I should do videos on and any type of topics. I appreciate the support.